Here it is, folks. The finals of Wolfpack Invitational 6. This is the match we've all been waiting for. The match of two titans playing it out. We got on the bottom Renoir, Tim. We got on the top Young Prodigy, Ian. And looking at the chat, they brought their draft decks. So we're gonna run it back. We're gonna close this screen and we're gonna try it all again. Voyager in the finals. Voyager, the custom format made for the Wolfpack. And here we go again. Ian on the play. Mulligans to 6 cards. Tim, Renoir, mulligans to 6 cards. We're now watching. And Renoir mulligans to 5 cards. Wow, what a way to start this important matchup. Ian with a Hollowed Fountain tapped. Tim, how will he respond? A Hollow Fountain tapped. Well, look at that. That's the Dissension Hollow Fountain. That's a good piece of art right there. And just a reminder, what are they playing for? Well, they're playing for this. They're playing for the championship title right now. This is what it's all about. I'm going to hold this tightly as I watch this match. Turn 2, Ian with a Glacial Fortress. Tim with an island. These control decks are going to go back and forth playing lands. That's just what they want to do. A plains and a pass. Scintillating stuff from the control players. Ian's going to fire off a Thirst for Knowledge on end step. Tim's going to respond with a Remand. Slowing Ian down. Allowing Tim to draw a card, see more cards. He was down on cards. Currently both at 5. Ian up at land. I think that's the most important part about this matchup, is not who's up on life, but who's up on lands. At least until the Thocters come out. Then we got a different situation. What do we got now? Ian tanking on his turn, thinking this one through. Doesn't want to play into Tim's hands. But Tim, he's only got a Hollowed Fountain up right now. Deep in the tank as the clock ticks. And I remind myself that, no, we're not frozen in time here. These titans are just taking all the time that they need to think through these plays for this crucial matchup. And I'm all about it. I'm all for it. Island, colorless, island, Thirst for Knowledge. He's going to do it on main phase. See some more cards that way. Gets rid of Wrath of God and Path to Exile. Both these players not interested in the control magic here. Ancestral Vision entered the exile zone, and Tim responding with a Darksteel Citadel. Crucial to this matchup, let me tell you. And we have a Talisman of Progress coming down for Ian, adding more mana. Ancestral Vision's got to tick down. And both players have open deck lists, so definitely makes sense to tank. Look at your opponent's hand. Well, the cards in hand. Look at the deck. In with a Breeding Pool. Nice, interesting splash for Engineered Explosives. Possibly hit a green mana there. And Tim, the vision is ticking down. 5 mana to Ian 6. And on end step we got a Thirst for Knowledge. Tim wants to, what, remand? He wants to remand. And he does. Yeah, let it slide. Yeah, now in his turn. Just passing. Ancestral Vision down to 1-time counter. Tim, 6 mana. Ian, gonna fire up another Thirst for Knowledge. Tim, what does he want to do? Oh, he's also thirsty. He's also thirsty for knowledge. Both players dig into the libraries. Ian responding, though, with what? Muddle the Mixture. Countering. And with Tim, another Muddle the Mixture. So this mixture that everyone's so thirsty for, quite muddled. Both players are going to get their thirst off. And Path to Exiles go away for Tim. And Engineering Explosives for Ian. Chalice of the Void on 0. That's gotta sting when Ancestral Visions is coming down this next turn. With defenses down, Ian's going to deploy Tezzeret the Seeker. And he's going to go looking for artifacts, I reckon. Yes, he does. -2. Grabs a Thopter Foundry. A key piece of this deck. A key player. Let's see what Tim's going to do. Well, he's going to feel sad, I'll tell you that, because of this Ancestral Vision. Not doing it. Not going off. However, on upkeep, what does Tim want to do? He wants to Cryptic Command the Foundry and draw a card. And he wants to mana leak that. Very interesting. Ian now tapped out. He's not going to be deploying any Thopters this turn. But Tim is now going to get the much needed Ancestral Visions off. Chalice of the Void. Here's the Serum Visions. He's looking. Bottom. A second Serum Visions. How's this one gonna go? Thinking. Bottom. Tim is desperately digging. He's got a Plains up against the entirety of Ian's board. What does he have? Sword of the Meek. Just has it. Doesn't need to dig for it. Tezzeret's gonna uptick. Untap some artifacts. Talaria West. And now it's just a matter of time. Ian's going to get the engine going. And I'm not sure what Tim could do with just a Plains to stop that combo right then and there. We're muddling. We're finding a Thopter Foundry. Tim's going to play his own Thopter Foundry. Oh, Sword of the Meek. Interesting. Reveals Thopter Foundry, casts Sword of the Meek. On second main phase. Thinking. No. And now Ian's going to start clicking. I believe when deck lists were submitted, this one was called Carpal Tunnel. And I believe Ian said earlier that now the clicking is actually not that bad. Not that bad. You click it once to activate, you choose the target, and then it just comes back. So more clicks than would be in real life, but not too bad. Here we are now, Ian with 6 Thopters technically. 5 regular, 1 sorted up. We're gonna deploy some more Thopters. Yeah, we're gonna Sword of the Meek some more. And then what? We're gonna attack with some Thopters. Chipping away, 6 damage. And we're going to untap some artifacts with Tezzeret. All the mana up, all the mana in the world. Here's the Thopter Foundry. What does Ian have for it? A mana leak. Well, Tim can pay that. I think he's going to. Yeah, there's the 3 mana. And there's a second one, which Tim does not have the mana for, but what does he have? A Muddle the Mixture. Alright. Getting muddy up in here. So Thopter Foundry is resolving, but now Ian is just deploying more Thopters. Tim is now all tapped out, so he's not going to be able to make any Thopters to block. And this might be too much. This might be the end. Let's see. I see 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes. Ian is short 1 damage. But he's going to deal that 13. Put Tim down to 1. And Ian has a stranglehold on this game, because he has more mana. He has more Thopters. Tim is going to need a Wrath of God. He's going to need Ian to not have anything. And he's going to need to start deploying his own Thopter threats. Close game, close calls. Firing up the engine. And it's not enough. Tim is scooping it up. He was checking his life total. That would be 3, 4, 5, 6. Which would get him up to 8. But there's just too many Thopters coming back to block. So while these players go to sideboards, I think we should do the exact same. Let me see what's in their sideboard and talk about what's going on here. So I'm seeing cards that Tim might want to bring in. We got Silence. We got Disenchant. These Path to Exile is probably coming out. And in comes, like I said, Disenchant, maybe Silence, maybe Pithing Needle. On the other hand, a few more options. Can bring in another Chalice, can bring in Crypt, can bring in Meddling Mage. Very interesting. Well, as you've seen from these other videos, I'm no expert in sideboarding. I've only been doing it for 20 years. Definitely still have a lot to learn. So Ian leads this match 1-0. We're looking at sideboards. Ian also has a negate that might be worth bringing in. These Threads of Disloyalty, no. But yeah, a Meddling Mage to shut the door on the combo. Torment's Crypts to try to interact with the Sword of the Meek in the graveyard. Chalice of the Void to stop both Ancestral Vision and perhaps even paying the cost to stop Serum Visions, to stop Thopter Foundry. A lot of options. Both these players have Planeswalkers. Tim with Elspeth, Ian with Tezzeret. And just wanted to bring this bad boy out again. Just wanted to remind the folks at home what this is all about. What is this all for? Why go through all these lengths? 7 grueling rounds. Well, for this. For the championship. For this blank. For this blank space. Let's get back to the game in action here. We saw that Tim did a Serum Visions, 1 top, 1 bottom. Ian now playing a Mystic Gate and Talaria West. And in his second main phase, deploying the Thopter Foundry. Very interesting. And a remand from Tim says, no, sir, there will be no Thopter sorting on my watch. I'm going to be the Thopter sword guy. So there's a Thopter Foundry from Tim. Ian now playing a Glacial Fortress, which is going to be tapped because these are not plains nor islands. A Thopter Foundry. Both players thopping it up. Little artifact creatures buzzing around the air. Tim playing a second Thopter Foundry. Has a Darksteel Citadel. He could pitch if he really needs to. What's he going to do? Plays an Academy Ruins. Plays a Sword of the Meek. Combo is happening. Combo at the ready. I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm buzzing right now, like these Thopters are about to be. Hot Fountain tapped. Tim doesn't have an answer right now. So Ian is going to start the engine. Starting the Foundry. There goes the token. Hello, token. Hello, Sword of the Meek. Gonna go over to Ian's turn now. Plays a Darksteel Citadel. Very underrated card. And he is going to be thinking about his next play here. Certainly makes sense to attack, crash in for damage. Both players 4 cards in hand, thinking about what the other could have. Thinking about the counter spells. Thinking about Remand, Cryptic Command, Muddle the Mixture, Thirst for Knowledge. Ian's going to attack and leave the mana up and take it from there. Academy Ruins, that's another brutal card. You think you get rid of Thopter Foundry? No, it's back on top. Ian's going to keep on going now. There goes the Sword of the Meek. Hello, Thopter token. That's what this deck is all about. That's what it's trying to do. Tim could not find his other piece of the combo. 2 pieces of Thopter Foundry, not very helpful. 2 swords, also not helpful. 1 of each, though, just right. This is the insightful comedy that everyone likes to watch these videos for. But hey, something needs to pad the airwaves as we click through multiple activations of Thopter Foundry. And here comes another one. Will we see another one? Maybe it's Talaria West. Can tap for blue mana. And it does. And here comes another Thopter. Another token at the ready. What could possibly be in Tim's hand right now? 4 cards facing down to a horde of Thopters. 8 damage coming through. Ooh. Ooh. A Cryptic Command. I smell it. Yep. That's cryptic alright. Gonna tap all of Ian's creatures. Draw a card. Will Ian allow it? What is Ian thinking? An island. Well, Talaria West. Blue mana. Thirst for Knowledge. Both these players so thirsty, so hungry for championship gold, and I can't blame them. It smells of rich leather. So here we are. End step for Young Prodigy. He discarded what appears to be a Sword of the Meek. Oh, so there's two swords. Two swords to consider. Ancestral Vision from Tim Renoir. It's a little late for that. We're going to need a lot of cryptic commands to buy enough time for that to happen. Tim sent me a message on Discord. I'm afraid to look at it. I think it's important to just focus on the game at hand, and here's another Sword of the Meek. Two swords. And he's sacking again. More swords. This is a lot of damage. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not quite the 17 required, but Ian is up on creatures. He is up on cards. He is now at parity on mana. Tim's got Ancestral Vision, but it's not ready to go off yet. The vision's not quite here. Tim is tanking. Not like this. Not like this in the face of the Thopter menace. GG's, my friend. GG's, dude. We got GG's. We have a heart emoji. That's gonna be it. Young Prodigy wins the match. Young Prodigy wins the championship. Young Prodigy is the winner. And that brings us to the end of the Wolfpack Invitational 6. The crowd is bursting into cheers, and we'll leave it with that. Thank you very much for watching along. Thank you for the magic.